Sometimes the end doesn't arrive all at once. It tiptoes in, softly, through changes so small we hardly notice until we look back and wish we had. Maybe you've seen it. A parent who used to finish their plate, now pushing food around gently. A grandparent who once told stories, now pausing, forgetting the thread. You tell yourself, they're just tired. It's just age. But deep down, something feels different. Not loud, not sudden, just different. The body doesn't always shout when it begins to say goodbye. Sometimes it whispers. Sign 1, the vanishing appetite. It starts quietly. Clothes fit looser. The fridge stays fuller. Meals become lighter, smaller, or skipped altogether. And we think, maybe it's just taste. Maybe they're just not hungry. But the body knows. In its final season, it stops asking for food. Muscles fade. Strength leaves without slamming the door. The energy that once fueled living is now being saved. For letting go, you might try favorite dishes, extra portions, protein shakes. But if the body is preparing to rest, it no longer seeks fuel. It seeks peace. In this time, it's not about feeding. It's about comfort, soft foods, sips of water, and being present at the table, even when the hunger is gone. Sign 2, the deep, unshakable tiredness. This isn't the tired that fades after a nap. It's the kind of weariness that lives in the bones. Getting dressed takes effort. Walking across the room feels like crossing a field. Even conversation can feel like too much. The body, in its wisdom, begins to conserve. Energy that once danced through the day now becomes precious, used only for breath, for heartbeat, for being here just a little longer. For loved ones, it's hard not to say, just try. But this is not about trying. This is about allowing. Let them rest. Sit quietly beside them. Don't ask them to do more. Ask what brings them ease. Sign 3, the fading of words. The sharpness softens. They forget names, dates, how to begin a sentence. They lose the thread of a story halfway through. It's not just memory. It's the mind stepping back, gently. Sometimes they speak less. Sometimes they sit in silence. Not because they don't care, but because the world feels too fast, too loud, too much. Their emotions might flicker, irritated one moment, blank the next. But behind that is still a person, feeling, listening, holding on. When words fade, presence matters more. A held hand, a soft voice, a room that feels safe. Even when they forget, they remember how love feels. Sign 4, the body doesn't heal like it used to. A bruise that doesn't fade, a cut that lingers, a cough that returns too soon. The body no longer fights as it once did. Its defenses soften. Its strength recedes. Infections become frequent. Healing takes longer. Antibiotics that once worked now feel like borrowed time. Families often try everything: medications, hospitals, treatments. But sometimes, the kindest thing we can offer is comfort, not cure. Warm baths, some clean sheets, moisturizer on dry hands, a lot of hydration, and definitely gentle care. Because healing may not mean getting better. Sometimes it means feeling safe on the way home. Sign 5, the breath changes. You hear it first. The breath becomes shallow. Pauses between inhales. Rhythms that stutter and slow. Circulation pulls inward. Fingers grow cool. Skin turns pale or softly blue. They may prefer to sit upright. They may breathe through their mouth more. Sometimes there's a faint rattle, like the body remembering something it no longer needs. This is the body's quiet surrender. It isn't violent. It isn't cruel. It's the last rhythm before stillness, a natural hush before the close. These signs are not a deadline. They are a gentle preparation. And while we cannot stop the end from coming, we can soften it. We can notice it. We can make it beautiful, not with noise, not with panic, but with warmth and presence and love that stays even when the breath does not. If someone you love is showing these signs, take a deep breath. You are not alone. Many have walked this path before, hurting, loving, remembering. This is not just about preparing for death. It's about cherishing life in its most delicate form. So sit closer, speak softer. Let the time that remains be rich in peace. And if you're grieving or just beginning to notice, we're here in the quiet with you.